Searchers have discovered the wreckage of World War II fighter ace Richard Bong's P-38 Lightning in the South Pacific. And it's this red paint that gave it away. World War II ace fighter pilot Richard Bong is credited with shooting down 40 Japanese aircraft. But his famed P-38 Lightning, which he nicknamed Marge, has never been found. Until now. Earlier this year, the Richard I. Bong Veterans Historical Center partnered with the World War II historical preservation group Pacific Rex to search for the missing Lockheed P-38 Lightning. Bong nicknamed the plane Marge after his girlfriend, Marge Vatndal.
Today we are here at...
In 2022, I visited the Bong Center in Superior, Wisconsin, where they house a replica of Bong's twin-engine fighter plane. It's pretty impressive. The plane went down in March 1944 over what is now known as Papua New Guinea. Engine failure sent the plane into a spin. The pilot bailed out and survived, but the P-38 later crashed into the jungle. Historical records initially suggested the location of the crash was on the grounds of a 150-year-old plantation. However, that wreck turned out to be the remains of a Japanese fighter plane. So the expedition hiked deep into the jungle until they discovered wreckage in a ravine. At the top of that ravine, they found two aircraft engines sticking out of the ground. One photo shows a piece of metal stamped with model P-38 JK, which is the exact model of P-38 Lightning that Richard Bong flew. Other photos reveal chunks of metal on the ground. A wingtip from the plane stamped with 993, the last 3 digits of the plane's serial number. Red paint remains visible on the wingtip, possibly a vital clue. Here's a crazy part of this plane's story. While paint for the famous aircraft nose art that we all love was easy to come by in the European theater of World War II, paint of any kind was incredibly hard to find in the islands of the South Pacific. Even the famed PBY Catalina Black Cats had to use a mixture of charcoal dust and grease to darken their nighttime bombers. But as word of Bong's aerial victories against Japanese aircraft began to spread, Army brass smelled a fabulous PR opportunity to boost morale for the folks back home. Photographers found the ace fighter pilot's fiancée, Marge Vatndal, in Superior, Wisconsin, and snapped her photo. That photo was eventually blown up and flown to Bong, which he famously plastered on the nose of his plane. A gallon of bright red paint was also sent along, which was used for the famous script Marge painted next to the photo, as you can see in this replica of Bong's P-38. Nobody could have known how this red paint would eventually become a vital clue. Because with plenty of red paint left over, Bong decided to paint the propeller nose cones, the wingtips, and rudder tips all red. That red paint on the wingtip found in the jungle of Papua New Guinea is still visible today and was key in identifying this iconic piece of aviation history. Richard I. Bong shot down more planes than any other American pilot, and General Douglas MacArthur awarded him the Medal of Honor. After 3 combat tours in the South Pacific, Bong and Vatndal eventually married in 1945. However, just a few months later, on August 6, 1945, he was killed when a P-80 fighter jet he was testing crashed. Richard I. Bong died on the very same day the United States dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. Marge Vatndal was 21 at the time of Bong's death. She went on to become a model and magazine publisher in Los Angeles. She died in September 2003. For another amazing story about discovering an iconic plane from World War II, check out this video.